If you're starting uni soon and you're scared, overwhelmed, or just pretending that you've got it all together, then this is the video I wish somebody made for me. I literally moved to the other side of the country alone at 18 with zero confidence, and there are things I wish I knew before Freshers Week even started. So before you start uni, watch this. It's a full breakdown guide so you will feel so damn confident and 10 steps ahead. My mum just gave me this scare of my life. She came out to say goodbye, but I thought we already said goodbye. Anyway, I've packed the car. We are heading down. This year, I'm going by myself. Last year, my dad took me. It's going to take me 4 hours to drive there. Wish me the best. I'm going to be fine. Actually, I've done really well. Considering this is a Fiat, I've packed everything in there and I can see out the back. Going off to university is a massive achievement. Maybe it's something you wanted. Maybe it's something your parents wanted. Either way, you're going to learn so much more than just your course. But I also know that this is what's rushing through your head.
Will I make friends? Have I picked the wrong course? I'm scared to leave home. I don't even know how to cook pasta. Who am I going to go out with Freshers Week?
And how does this all work? The night before leaving for university, I literally threw up. It was that bad. And while university might be something you've been looking forward to for literally years, it's also really daunting, which is exactly why you have this video. You lucky duck. We've made it to the first stop. I'm just gonna get coffee and go to the toilet. We're about 2 hours in, although I feel like I've lived a day. It feels like it should be lunchtime. And it's 9 a.m. Most embarrassing thing, it turns out my hood's been open this whole time. This guy came over and was like,
"Your hood's on the latch." I was like,
"Can you shut it for me?" I'm just a girl. Okay, I'm just a girl. Also, who cares? You can do embarrassing shit. Nobody actually cares. Also, people just want to help you out most of the time. That's what I found, actually. People are actually a lot lovelier than we think they are. When it comes to packing, it's easy to go through your entire house thinking you need absolutely everything. But especially if you're taking a lot of public transport, which a lot of you are because you can't actually bring your car first year.
"This is a mistake."
And then you leave the basic ass shit behind. So I've made it easy for you. I've compiled 3 lists with everything you need to take to university. And first of all, we have the must-haves. This includes things like extension leads, painkillers, bedding, a mattress protector / cover because you don't know who the hell has been sleeping on that bed, a laundry basket with handles because you're gonna have to walk to the other side of campus just to put your pants in a washing machine, a bag for uni, a little bit of decorating material because you only live once. But don't bring anything alive because there is soil and plants are just, they'll die. You can't even look after yourself in university, let alone a plant, let's be real. Toilet paper because that's damn expensive. Hand wash. Literally, again, why is this so expensive? Headphones, earbuds for overnight because you won't be able to sleep, and some hangers because again, you're gonna need more than you think you do. Our next category, and don't worry if you have not written this down, I've left a free list in the description for you. Overrated material. This includes things like every single kitchen item ever. I don't think I've used this metal prong thing once. Desk organizers because again, you'll never use them. Too many books because even though I read a lot, they are heavy, you're lugging them around, they've been in your room for years, you're gonna tell yourself you're gonna read them, then you don't feel like it. I honestly just go with the approach that when you want to read a book, go out and buy it. It's literally an investment in yourself. It is not a waste of money. And then finally, we have the do not bring category. This includes things like too many clothes because you will swap them when you go home for holiday. Do not bring your summer clothes in winter. It's just taking up space you do not have. Iron because they normally provide them for you. Finally, those damn Freshers wristbands. We are in the house now. Look at all my stuff. I've already spent £100 on Amazon getting a couple things. Like I need to put some sort of table there, and I've also got a chair I bought because I didn't really like the chair they had. We want a cute chair, you know, I'm gonna be sat in it most of the time. That's what I do anyway. Sit and edit, sit and work, and then the occasional go to the gym. Like today, I'm literally driving to Tesco, even though it's down the road. But you know, I need to do a big shop. In the midst of all of this, I'm gonna see if I can get some pictures for Instagram. So I'm gonna set my tripod up there and hope for the best. So I need my little tripod. I normally get the oats in like a packet so it has a spoon. This one does not, which is kind of sad. But do not call me a snob. I had to get myself the fancy olive oil because my dad gets this, and ever since, right, my mum's Greek for context, so she always gets Greek olive oil. I don't really like Greek olive oil. My dad loves Italian olive oil. He buys this. I love it. I now have bought this, so I'm sorry, Mum. Your first receipt's gonna be quite long. Now, in my video about making friends, which is where I explain this in more depth, I do want to talk about it a little bit here. Bit of a quick stop whistle tour to what actually helped you get into it straight away. And again, this might seem really daunting, but unless you change your actions, your life will not change. If you've had shitty friends up until now, you need to change what you're doing. Things like leaving your door open. I know this sounds so cliche, but I literally did this with my first flatmates, and it really does help you be more open, but also for people just to come talk to you. When everyone has their door concealed straight shut, like how are you going to meet people? I had to go knock on my flatmate's door, but this is how you actually become friends. Saying yes to random ass of invites, whether it's somebody's flat party, whether it's going out with somebody, whether it's going painting, just just saying yes more than you saying no, because then you get to mingle with people and seeing who is actually fitting your vibe and who isn't. Just to go along with this, it's okay to drift away from people in university too. You don't have to hold on to your same friends, and even your friends from home. Like, it's okay to also drift away from these people. You'll realize who's truly values you in their life if they're thinking about you when you're not even there. Go and join a club or a society, even if you only go 1 or 2 times. You know, you'll meet people who then want to stick with you even when you're not there. And finally, it's okay to be alone sometimes. I think I made a whole uni alone vlog because a lot of the times if my friend went home or maybe it was a holiday, it's okay. It doesn't mean you're rejected. It doesn't mean that you're not likable or people don't want to be your friend. If anything, it shows you have a lot more security and confidence within yourself, and being able to go out alone and learn more about yourself will actually allow you to have deeper, closer connections with other people. Ironically enough, a bit of a friendship fail. My first ever flatmate, I went, knocked on her door, we became kind of friends, went out a few times together, and then a couple weeks into uni, she literally disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, I didn't hear from her. She unadded me on Snapchat, and I thought it was very strange. And through her boyfriend, I learned that she was actually struggling with something herself. She had to go home, and obviously I didn't know that. But it just proves you're A, not going to click with everyone, and B, nothing is ever personal. Normally, it's not something you've done. So not to take rejection or people unadding you or people not wanting to talk to you as something wrong with you, rather with that God is protecting you from them, that you guys aren't compatible, you're not going to help enhance each other's life. You don't need to get on with everybody to have a fulfilling, valuable, and connected life with other people. We had a bit of a trouble with the internet. I had to call someone to come fix that. We finished the room, guys. Got my clock. I want to put some more things around here. Got the mirror. You guys recognize this from the videos? I put some stuff up there for a bit more storage. I think it can be quite stressful and overwhelming doing all this, going to the shop, but it's so worth it. I'm feeling a bit if, so we're gonna go with it. See how that versus that. I never knew this. I feel like people gatekeep this. But on your phone, go on the camera. If you scroll, go up like that, you have all these different settings. And I like to change this to make it 16:9 because that's like full thing. And then I like to make this a bit brighter. And then I also like to change, I like to tone, warm it up a bit. Just makes the whole thing a bit more aesthetic. That's cute. That's a cute picture. Now, the reality of Freshers Week is a somewhat confusing, murky, and overrated experience for many. Especially if you are not like a massive party type, which is absolutely fine. You literally have no idea what to expect. You're just shoved into a room and you're told there's a week of meeting people.
There is no information.
And the worst part is you don't know anyone. But the best part is that nobody else does either. So here are some things I wish I was told so you can feel prepared. Number 1, do not buy the damn wristbands. You don't need them. They're a waste of money. They're often a scam. You put into these group chats, you got all these spam events that nobody seems to go to. I honestly just don't think the wristbands are worth it. I think pick the events you want to go to, pay for them the day before so you have your ticket, and then go to them rather than going to these very select few events that's on the wristbands. You also do not need to party every single night to make friends. I went out maybe 3 times in Freshers Week and I met absolutely plenty of people. Number 2, confidence. Everyone's faking it. Nobody has real confidence here because nobody knows anybody. You could be a whole new person if you wanted to be. Confidence is built through action rather than just quotes or believing it or reading a few things on the internet. Continuously putting yourself
in uncomfortable situations,
whether it be with other people, whether it be with lectures, you will become more confident just because you've proven to yourself you can do it, aka building up the evidence journal. And if you want a full breakdown of being confident, especially with speaking to new people, making new friends, then check out the video I literally put out last week. That's going to break down it all for you. Number 3, societies. Freshers Week is the time to explore all the different societies. There's often a big like societies fair where you're all shoved into like a big outside piazza or whatever. You go around all the different societies, all these groups of tables urging you to join them. And I would say join as many as you can. Go try them out because this is when they're free. This is when you have the time to do it. And this is also a time in your life you can do things you've never done before. Me and my friends did swimming, dancing, even netball and crochet. You're not going to get another opportunity like this probably ever unless you put yourself in that situation. And the best part is
nobody judges and nobody cares.
Unless you're doing like a really competitive sport, that can be like a little bit cliquey. So just be wary of that. You can try anything you want. I was literally like a failure in this dance studio. Nobody batted an eye because everyone's in the same boat. And no, you don't need to do every single society or club or go to every single social to make friends or be part of it. If you miss a night out, you're not gonna die. Nobody's gonna forget you. Just like how I talked about in this video here, your true loyal friends will still think of you even if you're not at every single event. And at the end of the day, you have to go do things that you want to do, because if you're being someone else and just doing things because you're friends or you think somebody cool is doing, you're attracting other people to a false version of yourself. Things that you're genuinely attracted to and want to try out, and you will meet like-minded, amazing people. I certainly did, and I know it sounds really cliche to
just be yourself, but
when you create a false narrative of yourself that you don't want to be a part of, you will become that, and they'll just have a repeat of school, which we don't want. This is a chance to start fresh. So by joining just a few societies, even if you leave them in a couple of weeks, which again we did, mainly because of the money as well, you also have permission to do that. Will just enhance your confidence, meet new people, mingle, and also you might just enjoy what you join. It never stops. Look what's just arrived. arrived. Supposedly my bedside table. However, the guy banged on the door. Like, it's quite scary as a young woman alone at home and someone's banging on your door at 10 p.m. So we're gonna set this up. I'm gonna be on my own for about 2 weeks, so I know that can be a bit nerve-wracking, especially when you're not, like, I'm kind of almost used to being alone now. Like, I really enjoy it, but especially when I was first starting out, and also all the assumptions that go with that. So we're gonna disprove that tomorrow. Moving in is super exciting, especially when you've been craving independence, but nobody talks about how hard it is when your parents actually leave. The loneliness you feel sat alone in your uni room is actually really big. I remember when my dad literally drove down, dropped me off and left, to be honest. But even once he left, I felt really sad because you're used to having people in the house all the time. You've been living with these people pretty much your entire life, despite how old you are. You are so used to having them around you all the time. They're no longer there, even if you didn't talk to them that much. Just having their presence is something we feel as humans. And now you're surrounded by flatmates you don't know the routine, it's a whole different environment. Of course you're gonna feel overwhelmed, anxious, scared, a bit sad, and you need to allow yourself to experience those emotions. Have a half an hour cry if you want to. Even I did, and nobody's judging. The more you overcome it, the more you accept those emotions into your life, the less power they have over you. In fact, if you weren't anxious and sad, that's actually very rare not to feel like that at all. No matter how confident and independent you are with yourself, no amount of solo dates or journaling will fix that. And people don't like to talk about it, but even leaving your parents, it doesn't make you vulnerable when you miss them. I haven't always got best home relationships. Actually moving out healed them and made them stronger for me. But that doesn't make you vulnerable or weak because you're sad that your parents have just left, maybe to go to the other side of the country, the other side of the world. But something that really does help with the homesickness, which is again something people don't talk about enough, is not going home. Now I know this sounds really counterintuitive, but the more you go home, the more you're reliving that saying goodbye. I actually stayed in uni, I think it was for like 8 weeks before I went home at all. Part of that's because I'm on the other side of the country, part of that is because it helped with the homesickness. The less you go back, the less you relive it, the less you're reminded of the fact that your home life is different now. Things are different. You've moved out, and by somebody saying that to you can sometimes help. Your life will never be the same as it was before, and that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's a great thing. I would say give yourself at least 3 weeks before going home whatsoever. It's going to help the homesickness, it's going to help you get into routine and feeling more comfortable with your environment and realising it's not that bad and you're okay, and your parents are still there and your home is still there for when you do get back. And just a little reminder again, with family, although it's great for them to want to help you and maybe move in with you and see you all the time, they're excited for you. It's also good for you to be able to put those boundaries in place and express that independence. Like, this is the time now to make mistakes, and part of that is because you have nothing to lose. Like, for me in uni, especially first year, I made a lot of mistakes, especially with money, and I'm so glad I did because I didn't really have any money. So then is the time to make those mistakes because you have nothing to lose. Being young, going to uni, having money, having actual responsibility is part of the growing up, and if you don't do it now, you're going to make those mistakes further down the line when you actually need them. Now is the time to do it where you aren't really responsible for anything. So it's okay to push your parents away just that little bit. They know it's the part of you growing up, and you know it's a part of you maturing. You don't need to be around them all the time. Start trusting yourself because you have got this. You only learn from your mistakes. You've got yourself this far, you can do the next step. Been to the gym. I had no idea what the hell was going on, where anything was. It was actually a bit embarrassing, but we got through it. Now back, shower, need to get some bread. Just wanted to say, like, it's okay to not know what the F you're doing. I do know my surroundings a bit, not fully because I haven't really been around this area, so I do need my sat nav to get around my car. Also because I never drove last year, I only walked. That's something else to get used to. Even if you know an area, there's always new explorations, there's new places to go. I had no idea there was even that side of where I am. Now this final chapter is all about the few weeks into and then after freshers. You've probably found a group of friends you're hanging out with. Probably got into a bit of a routine. You're actually keeping on top of your food shop now. And this is when you can settle in a little bit more emotionally. You're finally getting to know new people. You actually know your lectures. You know what your lectures are actually about. Especially in your first course, it can seem really daunting trying to find all the different rooms.
We still get Oscar's Day.
And we've been doing this for a year. Please do not feel self-conscious about asking for directions or asking where a certain room is. I know people like to label, you know, this
Silly little fresher.
you are a silly little fresher. This is your first time doing it. Do not expect to know it all. You don't. It's not embarrassing whatsoever. What's embarrassing is not asking and then being 30 minutes late because you couldn't be bothered to ask where room 301G was. You need to embrace the fact that you don't know. Embrace the not knowing. Accept that vulnerability. Accept that you don't know anything rather than trying to defend what you do know, which is nothing at the moment. Sorry for being harsh, but I think a lot of people feel very self-conscious about asking people for advice or tips or direction. But learning and accepting that you don't know is the best way to get ahead and get forward. Being curious, asking questions. And soon enough, you're gonna know this place like the back of your hand. You're gonna get into a routine. And everybody says this, and it's so true. First year's gonna go by so damn quickly, so we make the most of it and embrace every single moment. While you're learning, also enjoy it. You're only really gonna get this true freshers phase once. I don't want you to walk away regretting any of it. Like, this was a video I wish I had before I went to uni, and if it helped, then I would go check out my Making Loyal Friends video, which is really going to help you prepare, especially in this first term, and can actually be applied to school and university. But otherwise, I've got you covered this year and you're going to be absolutely fine. Have a blessed week and I'll see you all very soon.